He knows how important this is, especially after the performances they've done, Dean. It's been excellent so far the past 2-3 games.
That was Colin Clark, the head coach of the Carolina Railhawks, now in his 5th year. Success at Dallas for Major League Soccer, and then great success at Puerto Rico before coming to the Carolina Railhawks 5 years ago. And under the direction of their new owner, Steve Malik, in their 10th year, the Carolina Railhawks feel like they might have something going. They started this season 4-0, Sam.
Yeah, exactly that. They certainly did, and now obviously they're coming into this game, and it's going to be interesting, Dean. I was just looking at this here, and I was just looking at the midfield of Miami and how they play this narrow diamond. So for me, it's going to be really important that Moses, Brian Shriver, T. Shipolani, and Drew Becky can get on the ball, and that's where they'll cause problems against this Miami team.
First good look there at Bravo as he tries to get it. Rhett Bernstein, the NASL Team of the Week, playing in the back alongside Mason Trafford. And when you think about outstanding defenders, how about Alessandro Nesta, the head coach for Miami FC, one of the all-time greats, a World Cup champion for Italy.
Yeah, you know, and I grew up in the era of Nesta, and to me, he's arguably one of the best centre-backs in the world. You know, I was a defender, and to grow up watching players like him play with just his composure and his toughness, but his ability and his organisation, you know, it was excellent. It really, really was.
Poku had it for a moment. Here's Nazmi Abadawi. Abadawi battling with Poku, and there is the power of Poku. Same size as James Marsland, just an absolute stud of an athlete.
Yeah, huge athlete. As you see there, you know, he just changed, went through the gears, and was able to catch, obviously, Abadawi back up. And this is what you're going to see with Poku. You know, he's good in tight areas. He's going to want the ball, but if he gets an opportunity to drive with it, he's going to go. And he's so strong, he can hold players off.
Johnny Steele, over from Ottawa, a fan favorite in the early years of the Carolina Railhawks was Johnny Steele. Now 30 years young, he told me yesterday. Talked to him for quite a long time. He's delighted to be at Miami FC. It's a team that he wanted to be a part of, although he really gave a great deal of gratitude to Ottawa and what they did. Yeah,
for me, Johnny Steele's one of those players that I think has just got better and better with age. You know, I remember watching him when he was down here at the Carolina Railhawks, and he was an exciting player, but he had to work a little bit on his final delivery, and you know, he took his chance. He went into the MLS and done very well there, and now you can see with age, he's just become one of those players now, you know, that's an outstanding winger.
Bravo, great touch back to Fondi. Fondi and Bravo going to be a handful. Bravo turns, tries to stay with it. Hard tackle coming in, and Omar Bravo, welcome to the Carolina Railhawks.
Yeah, as you can see here, that's a lovely little ball from Fondi there. Just pretends he's going to open up and shoot in there. You see Omar Bravo there, just trying to put that across goal. He knows exactly what he does. Here you see again Fondi, just a lovely weight pass through there, and that's great defending from there, the Miami centre-back, to get across and block Bravo.
That was Mason Trafford, who also came over from Ottawa. Here's Pablo Campos, another former Carolina Railhawk. He was part of a lethal combination with Etienne Barbara several years ago for the Railhawks. Here comes Miami FC. Down the left side, moves it long, it'll go out of bounds. Goal kick back to the Railhawks.
Yeah, just going back to Campo there, you know, that I played against him a few years ago. What a strong goal scorer he is. He pulls off very well. Obviously now you can see here, just switching quickly on to Nesta. We were talking about him before. Just sat there, look, you know, he's just got that Italian style. He's just calm. He's sat on top of the bench. He's talking about obviously the team and the game, and what a player, you know. For me, if you're a defender and you're playing in Miami, you just sit there and listen and soak it all up, Dean, you know, because there's nothing that he can't say that ain't right, you know.
Spoken from a true defender, Sam Stockley, 13 years in England before coming over to the United States. Now a big-time coach as well. Delighted to have him here in the booth. Of course, Nesta, 9 years at Lazio, 10 at AC Milan, then in Montreal of Major League Soccer. And here's Colin Clark, Major League Soccer appearance, a great coach rather with Dallas and then Puerto Rico, and 5 years now with the Carolina Railhawks.
Yeah, and make no bones about Coach Colin Clark. What a player he was, as well as a centre forward. That would have been a battle I'd have liked to have seen, was Colin Clark obviously against Nesta. That would have been a real duel. But no, you know, obviously Coach Colin now, he's forged out his own career here. He's been excellent. You know, he's done very well at the Carolina Railhawks.
Turnover. It was Shriver who got in the middle of it. Fondi had a touch. Bravo so clean over to Watson. T. Shipolani, he loves to do the step over. This time he sends it in. Sent right back by Bernstein, who has been outstanding early doors. Shipolani back on it again. Trying to challenge Vega. He'll carry it away. Corner kick, Carolina Railhawks.
Yeah, and Dean, that's something to look out for me right through this game. With Miami playing a diamond in midfield, Johnny Steele's having to tuck in to come in against Matty Watson or NASL Badawi. And as you can see here, obviously T. Shiflani putting in that ball, tried to go deep, hit it a little bit heavy, but gets himself a corner. But what you'll see with that narrow diamond from Miami is this space is going to be down the sides for the Railhawks. They've just got to exploit it now.
Abadawi will take the corner from this side. Shiflani is over if they want to go short. Driven in right side. Headed out of there by Miami. Watson tries to get to it. He'll let it bounce one time. Snaps it back the other way, and there's Richie Ryan. There's Richie Ryan, purchased from the Jacksonville Armada FC. Coming the other way, Poku right at Becky, the Canadian international. Here's Campos. Campos wearing number 83, back to Poku. Now Johnny Steele back to Richie Ryan. And Richie Ryan is a player that Alessandro Nesto and Ricardo Silva, Paulo Maldini, the ownership, they had an eye on, they went for him, right side.
And that's the reason why, because he'll get the ball, he's very disciplined, but technically he's excellent. And with his left foot, he can honestly put that ball anywhere around this park. So for me, he's the orchestrator because he does all the strings. He sets everything up from attack with his left foot from those areas just in front of the back four.
Good with a touch. Good ball, right side. Rajo coming in. And it's in the goal. Goal, Miami FC, just like that. Miami FC on the board.
To me, it just looked like Carolina Railhawks went to sleep there. They just got caught here, similar hood, lovely little ball inside Brian Shriver, and that ball comes across. And you've got Chavez there with 3 Railhawk players around him, and he just pulls away. You can see he doesn't even make that much of a run. They're just the wrong side there. Marcelin, Menson, they're the wrong side there, and he just gets across them. It's an easy tough-in for Chavez.
I mean, Chavez with the goal, you're right. The Railhawks asleep at the wheel right there, and Silvestre over his big ball, and it's 1-0 Miami FC.
Yeah, Brian Silvestre will be disappointed with that. I know it's difficult coming in the 6-yard box, but it's right at him there. But it's almost like caught the whole of Railhawk back four asleep there.
Abadawi now over to Becky. Good crowd still filing in here at Wakemed Soccer Park. You'll be surprised to see it's already 1-0. Miami FC, Chavez with the goal.
The assist on the goal, number 2, Jonathan Barado.
This is where the Railhawks have to be careful here, Dean. As you could just see,
Chavez
Moses
again.
kept him on.
Chavez has Campos. Yeah, Moses did keep him on, and now a foul from Becky. Becky does not like the call to be a free kick for Miami FC.
Again, it's just a little bit of sloppy play there. The back four that have been so stalwart normally, they just seem here. Chavez there's just obviously made a little bit of a dive. He's coming back out. You can see the frustration with Drew Becky, but before that, you know, the turnover was quick. Campo turns and then they're counter-attacking. That's what you're going to get. You know, we spoke about it before with Poco in that hole, Matty Watson and NASL Badawi. They got to be careful because there's a player, they're going to be 3v2 all the time. So it'll be interesting to see how they deal with that as the game progresses.
Richie Ryan back to Campos, going near post, but wrong side of the goal, and it'll be a goal kick for the Carolina Railhawks, who find themselves down early 1-0.
Lovely ball again there from Ryan. Lovely ball. Just to see Campo just pulling off the back post and just trying to get that back across, but been a good start from the Railhawks, but it just sort of been counter-attacked twice.
Ryan Silvestri, who has split time with Akira Fitzgerald, the Railhawks, who have won 2 of their last 3 in a tie against West Ham United, and they've stuck with Silvestri as they knocked off Tampa Bay and Fort Lauderdale with Silvestri in goal. Here's Fondi. What a pickup he has been, also from Jacksonville Armada FC. Steele with that great left foot. Finds Campos. That's Chavez, rather. Chavez, the goal scorer. Marked by Becky. Drop it to Steele. Steele brings big personality. Brajo had that great assist to Chavez. They'll run it down. It'll go off of the captain, Brajo, and come back to the Carolina Railhawks.
But the Railhawks, you know, it's happened a couple of times now. They're just getting caught out. They tried. Brian Shriver doesn't know whether to go in with Lahoud or stay wide with Barajo, who's coming up on the right-hand side. And they've just got to communicate that to the Railhawks. Moses, Shriver, Becky, T. Shiflani, because when you play against a narrow diamond like they are, if you step too quick, the fullback's going to push on, Dean. But if you don't step, then the players in those whole Poco, Lahoud, Steele, sorry, they're going to get on the ball and turn. So at the minute, it's a bit of a chess game here for the Railhawks. They've got to sort out this wide movement.
Barajo with a quick touch. Dowie battle with Poku. A lot of jersey. It'll be a foul, and Poku's going to be a handful.
Just even there, Dean, for me, you know, his little quick turn, and within 2-3 steps, he's away. He's so powerful, so strong. I'm a real big fan of Poku. You see here, look, he just turns, boom, boom. It's the only thing that Naz can do. If you get tight to him, he can hold you off. It's going to be a great battle for Naz Abadawi and Matty Watson there against Poku, Steele, and Lahoud.
Of course, with the Pokemon craze, they call Poku Pokemon. Go Pokemon in Miami, and boy, you know that's going to take off because he is a dynamic player. You see his personality early. Here's Campos, marked by Moses. Great ball over. Chavez has one already. Bumped off the ball by Becky. Referee to let him play.
Yeah, once again, Poco stands in that hole. Marcelin goes to step, and the other 3 defenders, they stay flat, and that's why they're getting in behind. That's why Chavez there just makes a run. So they've got to work that out at the minute. Maybe Naz Abadawi can sit a little bit and put Matty Watson in front just while they're trying to work out this system at the minute.
Marcelin, the Haitian international, over to Simon Mency. Went over from the Atlanta Silverbacks a year ago. Here's Fondi. Looked like Fondi was fouled, but he's so strong he doesn't go down with minimal contact, and they'll play on throw-in for Bravo.
This is where now they've got to move the ball quick.
Moses will try to switch it.
Great ball.
Shipolani on a dime. It goes to number 11. Shipolani, there's one step over. He'll try to do more. Staying with it. Shipolani wears his shorts backwards. We'll get to that story later on. Becky with the left foot, sent in. Fondi tries to flick it. Sent high, Barajo, and it'll be a corner kick, Carolina Railhawks.
Yeah, once again, you see out there T. Shipolani, you know, Drew Becky coming down that outside. That's where they're going to get their success. They can get numbers up. Then they've just got to have that quality into the box. You can see Coach Colin there on the bench thinking, you know, obviously started well. That goal came out of nowhere, but he'll be confident. He'll be confident with his team. They've been excellent the last 3 games, obviously West Ham included in that.
Watson, it'll go off of Miami FC, and yet another corner kick. 3 already for the Carolina Railhawks. They find themselves down a goal against Miami FC. Crowd still making their way in as Nazmi Abadawi taking the corners from both sides. Abadawi with the right foot, driven in. Becky goes flying, goes off of Miami FC, and Omar Bravo will track it down for a throw-in on the other side.
Just interesting watching Omar Bravo there. Normally as a centre forward, Dean, you're right in the 6-yard box for anything drops, but maybe he recognises the height that they've got, Miami, and he just pulled out towards a penalty spot. You know, his movement's going to be so good. He just drifts into areas. His anticipation of where the ball's going to drop is just first class.
Moses trying to find Bravo. Snapped out of there. Miami FC does indeed have some size in the back. Shriver's got Moses on the left. Shriver will have a go. And there's Vega. He's allowed the most goals so far in the NASL, but according to Bruce Silverman, the play-by-play for Miami FC, he's been pretty solid.
Yeah, he has been. You know, I've watched him over the course of the season, and I think a lot of what's happened has been a collective team, you know, for me, and I think it takes time. You're a new franchise. You obviously got big money. You got a high-profile head coach. You know, you can bring in players whenever you want. You know, reportedly there's 4 players that have been, you know, they've paid 6 figures or more for. So it's tough. It takes time to settle, a bit like the Railhawks are trying to build their culture. Miami is starting from scratch. So I imagine that game by game throughout the season, they will get stronger.
Of course, the Carolina Railhawks, I mentioned, started the spring season 4-0 and did not get another win until they knocked off the Tampa Bay Rowdies in Game 2 of the NASL fall season. And what did the Railhawks learn from that 4-0 start and the stumble afterwards?
No, and I think that's why, for me, I think that's why this game is so important. Not the fact that it's Miami, more to the point that the Railhawks, again, have been on 3-4 games, played very well. So I was just seeing this ball in there, Dean. They played very well, and now they're coming back to Wakemead Soccer Park, where almost expected to get a result against a Miami team that has picked up, to be honest with you. They've picked up a lot. You know, they've only lost 2 in the last 7 games, but this is almost an expected home win for me, and this is where they'll have learned. You know, if they could come away with something out of this, I think the season will carry on.
Cipollani to Becky, who made that great run against West Ham United, causing the own goal early as the Railhawks led that one 1-0. Poku, so much power. Looks like Watson comes up lame as well. Poku checking back. Campos is there. Hopefully Matt Watson is all right. Looks like he started gimping there a little bit.
That's what it's not often you see Matty Watson give a player 2 yards and player gets past him by 2 yards, so I hope Matty Watson's okay. But that just shows you there why Miami was so keen and so hot to get hold of Poku, because he could just knock it and drive.
Poku actually trained a little bit with the Carolina Railhawks a year ago. They were not able to sign him in. He went over to Atlanta. Now it'll go right side, Barajo. Barajo with the assist already on the goal to Chavez.
I watched Poku a lot. I watched him when he went to FC New York, and whenever he came on, for me, I always felt he made a massive difference. And the reason why is he just does that. He's one of those players that just drives at teams, and it causes such problems.
A little reckless from Johnny Steele. They'll play advantage, though, to Brian Shriver. 17 minutes in, 1-0. Miami FC on top of the Railhawks. Shriver will switch it to Becky, the right back. Very athletic. Here's Abadawi. Over to Shriver. Now Bravo. Not on the same page as Fondy, and Watson will try to dial one up. He scored one from distance against Minnesota. That one not on frame, Sam.
No, you know, he's just stepped in and it's dropped out to him, and I like to see that from Matty Watson, but yeah, he just stepped in, just didn't catch it quite right, but it's good position. I like that positiveness from Matty Watson. But as you can see, you know, Fondy and Bravo, you know, 2 new guys in the club, so to speak, especially this is obviously Bravo's home debut. He's been training with the team, what, sort of 10 days now, so they're still trying to find each other. They're still trying to link up, him and Fondy, so that's a relationship that's going to develop.
Barajo has been just as busy as Becky, the right back for Miami FC, up and down the right side. A little bit of mistake in the back. Watson will clean it up. Looking long for Fondy. Fondy should be able to get to this, and he does. Fondy near the corner flag. Barajo marking him. Fondy trying to go straight at him. Drops it to Abadawi. Now Abadawi will dial, but not on frame.
Great ball from Matty Watson. I like that. You know, you got a willing runner there with Fondy going into the channel. It's going to be a great out ball if they could get there. Then for me, just their speed of play a little bit. It's got to be a little bit quicker just around that attacking box.
And on Sunday, they take on FC Edmonton at 4 p.m. Remember, both games aired live on WRAL2 and Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
Miami will play it back to go forward. Again, they'll use the right side. Find Poku in the middle. Campos, fit from behind, stays with Miami FC.
That's what I like about Campo there. You know, he's so strong and physical. It comes into him, it sticks. Obviously, he's got Menson on his back there, but he delivers, lays off a good ball. And I just looked down and see Nestor, and he was asking Johnny Steele. He was wanting Johnny Steele just to come off that left-hand side on a diagonal. So just have a look for that maybe when the ball's on the either side for the opposite wide player, just to make some diagonal runs.
Becky. Bravo, great dummy. Bravo trying to get it back. Bravo stays with it, drops it to Fondy. An unselfish play from Omar Bravo. It'll fall back to Cipollani. Sent right back where it comes from, a throw-in for the Carolina Railhawks.
Very unselfish. Great play, though. Great play from Bravo.
Cipollani again with his right foot, lofted in. Poku and Watson. Watson wanted the call, and we'll see what the referee now with the whistle. It'll be a foul on Carolina.
Yeah, you just see there with Poku his strength again. Look, you know, he's battling with, it was handball, his hands up there. You can see Matty Watson. But that's going to be something, those 2 midfielders keep saying it, you know, Naz Abadawi and Watson, they're going to have to fight against Poku because he's so strong, so physical, such a presence.
not see the handball, though. The foul whistled, and Miami FC here 20 minutes in with the 1-0 lead.
You know, it's interesting, obviously, Austin Deleuze, who's been excellent, you know, and with Bravo coming in, it's put Shriver out on this left-hand side. But I think maybe in the second half, if it continues like this, Dean, I think you might see Austin Deleuze come on, only because of he's a natural left footer and all the spaces down the sides. So with T on that side, you know, if you get Deleuze on the left-hand side, it's going to balance it up with another opportunity coming in the box that side.
Certainly do expect to see Austin Deleuze. Somebody had to go to the bench with the addition of this man here, Omar Bravo, who's able to get it away from Barajo, and it's Austin Deleuze right now. And one of the reasons, keep in mind, with the Carolina Railhawks headed to Canada, James Marsland cannot travel to Canada, and they don't have a lot of depth at center back as well. Deleuze can play just about anywhere in the midfield, and that was what Colin Clark told me about the decision. So I called Austin Deleuze today and asked him how he felt about it, and he wasn't happy, of course, but what pro is, right? But he said he's going to be ready, and he's about the team.
Yeah. What a ball that is, sorry, there from Menson. Great ball there.
A handball caught on Steele.
But no, just going back to Austin Deleuze, you know, like, I know Austin Deleuze very well, as you do, Dean, and he's such a competitor and such a winner that he wants to play every minute of every game, but he understands the role.
Quick restart, Shipolani dealing. Handled by Vega.
That's 3 or 4 opportunities for me. T. Shipolani's been in good positions, and he just hasn't. He's hit either hit the first player on his cross, or he hasn't quite delivered. He's going to be a key player in this game for the Railhawks. He's just got to tighten up his final ball.
22 minutes in. Again, right side on a dime from Watson to Shipolani. Shipolani. Fondi will stay with it. Back to Abadawi. Abadawi. Bravo will leave it. Shriver's there. Bounces up on Shriver. He'll cross it. Trying to find Abadawi and cleared away.
Clever little ball there from Naz Abadawi. I love that. Little angle ball. Flicked on. I think it may be a touch. Dropped to Brian Shriver. I'd have liked for him just to open up and hit that. Especially on his right foot, you know, a couple of years ago when he was at Carolina Railhawks, that's how he scored his goals, coming in from that left-hand side.
Moses to Shriver. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in back to the Railhawks.
What I also think is important, Dean, is it's 95 degrees down there. I was talking to a lot of the players beforehand, and they were like, just before warm-up, and they were saying it's so hot.
Great turn by Abadawi. Abadawi looking far post. Bravo was there, too high, out of bounds, and back to Miami FC.
You can see Matty Watson struggling. This is going to be huge. He's just had to go down. Here, there's that lovely little ball. I like that turn from Naz Abadawi there. His left foot, and he's just trying to dink that across. Just got it too much, but this is the problem for the Railhawks. You know, I think it was 10 minutes beforehand when he just went against Poco, and Poco pushed it, and you could see Matty Watson, you know, he's not that slow. He's not that slow for me, Dean. So we thought something might be up, and this is a big concern here.
Great friends, Johnny Steele and Matt Watson. They grew up together. Johnny Steele encouraged Matt Watson to come to the United States and go to college here. They played indoor soccer together, played with the Railhawks together, and here they are going at it yet again.
Yeah, maybe it's just his hamstring again. Maybe it's just a slight twinge of his hamstring. You could see how disappointed he is. He's such a competitor, he's such a winner. It's going to be huge now. They've got they've got Schuler getting sorted, so he's going to come in there.
Now it's their newest player, I think, Mickey Daly.
Beg your pardon.
Who has just come over on loan. And so Daly, who's only trained one time with the Carolina Railhawks, will come on for Matt Watson, who I called it Sam Stockley as he was trying to track down Poku. It looked like he came up.
Exactly that. You know, we've been watching Matty Watson all season. There's one thing about Matty Watson: he very rarely gets beat, especially not when it's a battle of speed. And you could just see that he was pulling behind. He just wasn't comfortable. And so this is going to be big. But sometimes, you know, if you just get to a club, the good thing about this, all they've done here, he's gone at centre back, and they've just put Marcelin in midfield. So that'll be a great battle again. You know, now it's Poco against Marcelin, but Daly coming in. Sometimes it's, you know, I've done that myself. I've been on, you know, I've been on loan, gone straight in, and you think you've probably got a couple of games to get sorted, and before you know it, you're in. But he's a pro. He knows what to do. He's been brought here to do a job.
We're at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina. Delighted to be with you here on CBS Sports Network. Dean Linke along with Sam Stockley. And any way you look at it, WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina, the pitch right now, just amazing.
It's just a wonderful place to come and play soccer, and I think that's one of the things that have been the downfall for Railhawks in the past, is that everybody comes here and it's like their cup final. The field's beautiful, obviously the stadium at the minute, you know, the crowds are coming in, that's credit to all the staff and everything that's going on with the new owner, Steve Malik, and you know, they're signing people like Omar Bravo, putting people on the seats, and it's just excellent. It's just a great area, and it's a great place to be at the minute.
10,125 were here just a couple weeks ago on a Tuesday night. Faced West Ham United FC, the first time an English Premier League team had ever made an appearance in the Triangle, and what a celebration. Then at halftime, the introduction of Mr. Bravo.
Yeah, now the game, you know, it's just the tempo's died down a little bit now, and now you've really got, you know, you've just got to get on the ball, you've got to find people's feet in this heat and just be real sharp in and around the box.
Bravo over to Schreiber, and Schreiber will find Marcelin with Daly now in. You see Daly right there. They'll bring Marcelin back up to holding midfield position, and it's a position that Marcelin has played quite a bit, and I think ideally that's where Colin Clark would like to have him.
Yeah, I think so too. You know, but the player like Marcelin, he's played centre-back, he could play midfield. We spoke about it last week against the strikers, how versatile he's been, and that's just, you know, for a manager to have that type of player, you know, it's just a dream, really.
Here's Marcelin. Tough touch. Campos will clean it up, center of the park. The Hood back to Campos. We thought we were going to see Zvitanic start. He's got 5 goals, although most of them are penalty kicks. But it's Pablo Campos who gets the start. They play it to Campos. He's onside. It'll fall till Silvestri, who I do believe Silvestri may have been looking into the sun as well on that first goal, because even as we looked down on the pitch, it was hard to make out, Sam.
Yeah, it was tough, you know. I don't know what happened in that first goal. I thought Brian could have done well, but I also thought could have done better, but I also thought the 2 centre-backs and the left-back Becky could have done better. There was one player marking 3. But even there, you know, that's what Campo's going to do. Moses has to be aware of that. He's got to be able to talk to Mensing, because he's going to pull off the shoulder.
Campos, great ball. Back to Chavez. Chavez with Ryan able to get a touch. Mickey Ryan coming on loan from the USL, and boy, just in the nick of time.
Yeah, obviously it's been real important with everything that's going on. Of course, really important.
Connor Tobin, the former captain of the Carolina Railhawks.
And like you said, with Marcelin not being able to travel, they're going to need another centre back. So this gives him an opportunity to come in and get a feel for it in a great game at home.
And just to clarify, of course, Mickey Daly is number 5. Daly in the back, and a foul. It'll now go back to the Railhawks.
You just see Lahoud here. He's just gone in. I don't think there's much in that. Omar's jumped, but he didn't leave his feet. He's not trying to catch him there. Lahoud, he's just obviously overtouched the ball, and he's taken in there. His body is momentum's taking him forward, but there's nothing in that. This is a great opportunity here for Naz Abadawi. He's got to deliver this now. For me, it's just got to go. It's got to just drop in between the 6-yard box and the penalty spot. You can see Tisha Polani standing there. That's almost your target. You've got to whip it over his head there. Marcelin, Mensing, Fondi, Bravo hanging out. You can just see him there. It's all about the delivery now.
So Abadawi will take a look. Mickey Daly will stay back. Abadawi, far post. Fondi is there. Fondi down, and it's over. And the Railhawks have tied it at 1.
Nobody knows what's going on, Dean. It's a goal. To be fair, the linesman didn't do any. The linesman didn't do anything. Everybody looked across there, and he didn't move his flag.
Discussion on the far side with the assistant referee.
Great ball, exactly what he's talking about there. Just over T. Shipolani's head. They've given a goal. Comes in there, you can see Fundy doesn't give up on it, doesn't catch it quite right. It's bouncing. It's over the line there, Dean, definitely. Definitely over the line. You can see Bravo. Here it comes in again. Look at that. Great delivery. Fundy follows it up. You can get a little ricochet there. There's a ricochet off Farvan. That's what directed it. Fundy gets a goal.
So Matt Fondy, what an addition for the Carolina Railhawks, coming over from the Jacksonville Armada FC. And how about Matt Fondy, who has tied it at 1?
All that hype about Bravo, and it's Fondy who's been going about his business for the last 2-3 weeks, and that's excellent. But as you see in the pitch, in the replay there, Bravo was following straight up. These two, I think, is going to be the difference. I really believe this. There's something about Fondy, and I think with Bravo now added with his finesse and his power and his ability in the box, you know, this is a real exciting front line for the Railhawks.
Yeah, Fondy scoring a brilliant header against the Tampa Bay Rowdies and drawing 2 more penalty kicks in that one, and now comes right back here with a goal to tie Miami FC.
You just see T. Shipolani, and he's quite right. You see here, look where the linesman is here. The linesman's right there, and you can see T's getting pulled, and he's looking around, and the linesman's not giving anything.
So Abadawi over the ball. "32nd minute. Abadawi with the right foot, sent in, snapped out of there. Abadawi.
Great defending there. Giving away the corner, but you've got Naz Abadawi twisting and turning. You see the captain there, Barajo.
Colin Clark, the head coach of the Carolina Railhawks. Sam Stockley mentioned that big-time player scored a goal in the World Cup. 33 minutes. Abadawi wearing the captain's armband. Driven in over the head of Mensing. Moses will hit this one high and deep into the parking lot here at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary.
You didn't park there, did you, Dean? No?
I'm right around there, actually.
Could be a dent from that, but no, Moses there, obviously he's just quite excited, but it's going to be interesting now for Miami. They started well, obviously they're a counter-attacking team, they're away from home. You know, they've got the power, they got the two lads up top.
Here's Fondy again. Fondy with a touch. Steele over there in support, falls back. Abadawi, Shriver is there. Instead, he takes a shot deflected out.
Great defending there from Trafford.
The Hood will drop it back to Ryan. Ryan's so clean on the ball. Always just 1 or 2 touches. With that, Miami FC trying to go the other way. Poku.
I like seeing that from the centre-back there. Bernstein driving out with a ball, committing midfield player. That means that one of the Railhawk players has to step.
Shipolani read that perfectly. Numbers are 3-on-3. Shipolani on the right side. Shipolani trying to cross it. Deflected out of there as Trafford was there. Abadawi back again to Becky. Becky high in the air. Steele comes charging in, takes a player down. It'll be a free kick for the Carolina Railhawks.
Dangerous position this, perfect. Just see here, you see Johnny Steele, he's got his eye on the ball. To be fair, it is a foul, but I think just at the last minute he just misread where the ball was dropping and caught Naz Abadawi. But you know, it's a foul. Came straight over the top of him.
Ryan Shriver looks very interested in taking the free kick. 35 minutes in, Vega in the nets for Miami FC. Sam, the pace so far has just been fantastic for this one.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. You know, you've got a system, you've got the Railhawk system, which is a 4-4-2. Then you've got Miami, who are playing almost a 4-1-3-2. They're playing this diamond, and it's just been really good to watch the different ways.
Bravo will take a shot. Vega's got to go to his right. Great save from Vega. Impressive power from Omar. Bravo. Abadawi bounced off the ball by Poku. And it'll come back. Goal kick back to Miami. How about that shot from Omar Bravo?
Yeah, great stuff. Very clever as well. It looked like he purposely tried to keep it low. Thought maybe that the wall would jump, and he just obviously kept it low, tried to guide it in that far post, should I say.
Tonight's lucky section, 304. Congratulations.
Ryan, center of the park. The Hood, right side to Barajo. Poku leaves it. Knew Chavez was behind him. Special player, Poku. A bounce over the head of Omar Bravo. Hard to believe he's 36 years old, Sam. You know, you meet him as well. He looks like he's in his early 20s.
Yeah, you know, that you could tell that someone like Omar Bravo, you know, to play at 36 at the level that he's played, he looks after himself. You know, he knows what it takes to be a pro, and he's done it for a long, long time.
Ryan, center of the park. Steal. Gabriel Farfan, and Campos is there. Headed away by Daly.
They've got to get that organized. You can see Simon Menson there. He's got to talk to Moses. Moses is too far out. When the ball's on the other side, he needs to get connected more with Menson, because as all Campos is doing is just pulling away. You saw Simon obviously talking to Moses afterwards there. Just got to stay connected.
.37 minutes in, Barajo looking for Mency. The Hood, the Cosmos earlier, now full time with the Miami FC. Bernstein. Hood and Barajo, they will interchange all night long.
Yeah, you can see the way that they're playing. For me, you know, we spoke about it all first half. The two fullbacks go high and wide. Two centre backs split for Miami, and you see Ryan coming in there and just tries to dictate it with his left foot.
Whistle and a foul. And there he is, Mickey Daly, coming over from the Bethlehem Steel. Back in, Silvestri in trouble, and it's 2-1 Miami FC. Poku in the house.
Carolina just went to sleep again. The back four just got caught completely off guard. It was a free kick. They set themselves up, and all you see was a little forward run from Poku, and it got dinked over the top. A wonderful finish as well, very calm, very composed. And that's what he brings to this team. Look, there, just a lovely little touch there. Goes to play it, look at this, very nicely, just took it around, just stabs it home. Here, look, they just give him the ball here. You got the golden rule from a mid, stand on top of the ball. Don't allow them to play it. Coach Colin, you know, and the staff are going to go mad there. That's basics there. They're 30, 40 yards out. Stand on top of the ball, set it up, let your team get back in.
Good work by Miami FC to take advantage of the quick restart over the top. And we started the show talking about Poku for Miami FC, and he has been phenomenal, Sam Stockley.
Yes, he has. He's been excellent. You know, and that's what I said just when he scored. That's what he brings to the team. That's what he brings to Miami. You know, he's only been there 3 games, but already he's leading the charts for dribbling, and he's leading the charts for shots on target. So that shows you the sort of impact a player like his that he's had in 3 games.
Steele mishit this one, was trying to find Chavez with that left foot. Steele waving over to Barajo, the captain, apologizing for the mishit. Right now, though, Miami FC answers the bell from the Carolina Railhawks. Says this one back and forth, Sam.
Yeah. And I think, for me, I think Miami's been excellent. You know, they've come out with their system. I thought they might struggle a little bit with them being narrow in this diamond, but when you've got the 2 strikers like Campo and Chavez up top, and again with Poku in behind, it's just so strong and so dominant that anything that gets played forward is sticking, and it's allowing the Miami team to get up behind it. It's excellent at the minute.
Daly over to Abadawi. Moses to Marcelin, best of friends off the field, those two. Shipolani has Becky, the overlapping run. Shipolani sent in, trying to find Fondi. Will fall back to Shipolani. Shipolani, right at the top of the 18, taken down, but cleanly. And Poku going the other way. Numbers good for Miami FC. Poku's got Chavez on his left. Campos will check back. Campos stays on side. Pablo Campos is in. Campos with time slices back, and Marcelin will clean it up.
I don't know why Moses is coming in there, Dean, to be honest with you. Moses, the left back, has come right in across and left that channel. I just looked down there at Coach Colin and he got up off his bench. You know, the movement there is causing the left back Moses a little bit of problem here. He doesn't know whether to step or stay. For me, when there's a breakaway like that, you've got 3 against 3, you have to go narrow. Go narrow and drop and try and delay, not step in.
Shriver now for the Carolina Railhawks. Down a goal, 3 already. Fondy. The flag did stay down. Barajo. Campos steps right on the foot of Marcelin, and he'll stay with it. Campos and Steele, 2 former Carolina Railhawks. And Sam, you've talked a lot about that. When you come back to one of your former teams, you try to have a go with it, right?
It's either good or bad, Dean.
Hero or zero, you say.
You either get subbed after 50 minutes, or you score a goal, or you get sent. So it's always that way. But they're 2 experienced pros, you know, Campos and Steele. I spoke with Steele before the game, and you know, it's good to see him because he's one of those players that has had a little bit of a reputation in his younger years about being this and being that. But for me, he's been excellent.
Here's Becky. Cipollani will have a goal, but not on frame and into the stands. Goal kick, Miami FC.
Just in those tight areas, Dean, for me, just in those tight areas, you see, you know, the quality with Omar Bravo, what you can do is you can look to bounce it. I don't think they need to be hitting shots from 25, 30 yards. They've got creative players. You've got Shriver, Cipollani, obviously Fondy, you've got Bravo. They need to combine in and around those little areas and get those little through passes in for them to score inside the box.
42nd minute, Miami FC 2, the Carolina Railhawks 1. The power of Poku. Go Pokemon.
Just got to be careful, Marcelin and Naz Abadawi. They're both forward thinking. Marcelin's gone in there and he's thinking maybe I need to get forward. He needs to sit a little bit, do a job on Poku, and let Naz be the one that gets forward. That's how the quick breakaway in the 3v3 2 minutes before happened. Two center midfields went in.
Nazbi Abadawi. Boy, you don't see this every day. We're still in the first half, and Colin Clark has had to go with 2 subs as Abadawi will come off.
Yeah, he must be struggling. He must be struggling because there's no way that Naz Abadawi would come off unless he's got some kind of injury. I think he's just looking down there now. He's looking at his right thigh, maybe his quad, maybe it's his thigh, sorry, or his right groin, but he's obviously struggling a bit there.
Boy, Colin Clark is a coach that normally doesn't make any changes till the 70th minute. A lot of games, Sam Stockley, but because of injury to Watson and Abadawi, he's had to bring on Mickey Daly, the newly signed Mickey Daly, and now Austin DeLuz will wear the captain's armband. That's not a bad player to bring off the bench, though, for sure.
No, neither of those players are, but what you don't want to do, like you said, is, you know, with the run being so well and they've been playing so well over the last sort of 2-3 games, it's, you know, it's about partnerships and players finding rhythms with each other.
Steele with Campos offside.
So you look at the middle of your field now where normally it's so stalwart, and now you've got 2 new, you know, you've got obviously Austin DeLuz playing in there where he normally plays out on the left. And then you've got Daly in there, so the heart of your team, you now got players that are unfamiliar in there. But
Marcelin trying to find Shriver. DeLuz with the tackle, but also the foul.
just looking down here at Omar Bravo there, he's just pulling in these little pockets, and everything at the minute goes a little bit long, so it's not going to suit him. They just need to try and find him in between the lines. But there you see Chavez down on the floor. So strong, been excellent centre forward play, him and Campos so far in this first 44 minutes.
'45th minute. Expect we'll have at least a couple minutes as the Carolina Railhawks staff needed to tend to Matt Watson before he came off. There's Johnny Steele. Steele, quick touch to Ryan. Ryan over to Campos. Deleuze on his left thigh. Campos stays with it. Going through the Railhawks like they're cones. Far side, back across. Off the head of Moses. Poku. And now Moses again will clean it up as the Railhawks standing still right now. Campos again.
It's just too easy, Dean.
Campos staying with it. Shriver comes over. It'll go out of bounds, though, and corner kick to Miami FC.
Yeah, it's just too easy. For me, again, the shape of the back four for the Railhawks in a minute, they're all over the place.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official is
Great play there from Miami, though. Great play. Once again, it comes into Poku. Slides it wide to Campos. It's real good combination play, and it starts with this guy here going to get the ball. Matt Ryan with his left foot, his quality and his vision around the park is really the thing that starts it all.
So Ryan over the ball with his left. Silvestri really didn't have a beat on that one either, but we'll come back to the Carolina Railhawks.
It was the left back Farhan that initially had the chance. He hit it, he took it first time, but I thought, Dean, he could have took a touch and actually slotted it home. He had that much space.
Alessandro Nesta.
He's got to be happy. He's got to be very happy with his first half's performance. They've gone a goal ahead, and obviously the Railhawks got back into it, and then they've got another goal. And they've been excellent for me on the counter-attack.
Jaime Chavez with the only goal of the game, assisted by Jonathan Barajo. The first goal, rather, for Miami FC, as it's 2-1 Miami FC, and this will come all the way back.
Just see there, Trafford stepping in, you see Fundy. You know, I said it before, you know, Coach Colin there, you can see he's obviously having a look, he's thinking about what's going on. And for me, the Railhawks played well. They've just had two or three mental lapses at the back where they've gone to sleep. And Miami have taken advantage to that, but credit to Miami, because every time they go forward at the minute, you know, with the three up top, Chavez, Poku stepping in, Campos, they're a threat. They're a real threat.
This one will go long, and with that whistle, Chavez and Poku with the two goals for Miami. Fondy with the goal for the Carolina Railhawks, as the Railhawks find themselves down a goal here at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina. With those two injuries in the middle of the park, Nazbi Abadawi, the captain, out, Matt Watson out, so now it's Marcelin and Deleuze in the center of the park, with Shipolani on the right, Shriver on the left. It's Fondy, the goal scorer for the Railhawks, up top with Omar Bravo. Miami FC appears to come out with the same starting lineup. And in the middle of the park, that included Johnny Steele, who plays it over the top to Pablo Campos. Campos trying to bounce around Mickey Daly, the newest acquisition, even newer than Omar Bravo for the Railhawks. Here's Steele. Steele with that left foot back across, and Moses sends it in. Corner kick, Miami FC.
Yeah, and that's where Johnny Steele's really worked at his game. You know, I was talking about in the first half about when he was here 3-4 years ago, you know, his final delivery there. His final delivery then, you know, was something that he'd worked on. But now you can see his quality. He just broke there, got his head up. He waited for the play to develop in the box, and he delivers a great ball. And that's lucky that doesn't go in the back of the net.
Richie Ryan over the ball.
One thing you know about this is going to come in with quality.
Both hands in the air, and now the left foot, driven near post. Flicked out of there by Deleuze. Omar Bravo with LaHood. He'll drop it back to Barajo. Barajo into space to Poku. Becky, one-on-one with Poku. Poku back with his right foot. Deflected off the backside of Daly. Ryan again. Pablo Campos will need to get on his horse. He'll try to run it down and can't. Throw in Carolina far side.
Yeah, you see Poku again there, you know, with his strength, just going inside, going outside. Great block by Daly in the end, but lovely ball back across the field by the captain, Barrero, just on a sidewinder with his quality there. Back out to Poku before that.
Daly over to Becky. They'll go out of bounds. Sam, how about that pressure as you come in just a acquired on loan from the Bethlehem Steel of the USL. In one practice, and you're forced in already for the Railhawks in that back line.
Yeah, and forced in against quality players as well. Chavez has been excellent. You've got obviously Campo, who I think is still one of the best, target centre forwards at this level. And Campo, obviously playing against his old team, has got something to prove as well. So that's the added pressure there on Daly. And at the end of the day, for me, it's a great opportunity for him to go straight in. He doesn't have to think too much. He's got to rely on his quality and he's got to rely on his ability. He's been brought here for a reason. He's a good player, and now he's just got to get accustomed to the way the Railhawks play.
Poku will send it right side to Barajo. Moses on the mark. Michael LaHood.
You can see the formation again there. You can see Ryan, you can see LaHood, you can see Steele, all in narrow, which pulls in. It has to bring a midfielder out, and this is where the left back then gets out on the other side, because T. Shipolani has to go narrow to help the numbers in there.
Farfan, quality as well, wearing that number 28 jersey, and he'll shield Shipolani. It'll go off of Becky and throw in back to Miami FC. They laid it 2-1. 49th minute here. The second half, Friday Night Soccer on the CBS Sports Network. Bravo. And he is held up, whistled, and it'll stay with the Carolina Railhawks.
And what I've noticed here, that with the Railhawks, you see Bravo just jogging off. He's had to come deep. He's not been involved in the game as a centre forward, but that's his natural play. He wants to drop into those holes. You'll see Fondy as sort of the main centre forward, and Bravo will come underneath things and try and get on the ball. And for me, the Railhawks have got to find him.
Deleuze over to Bravo. Bravo's got Shipolani. He'll use him. Shipolani on the right side with the right foot. Lofted. Fondy will leave it for Deleuze, who can climb the ladder. Scored that brilliant header in the spring season against Rayo OKC. You think about Deleuze, got off to such a great start. The first 3 games, a couple goals, hard foul by Marcelin. He didn't like the call.
It was a great ball in from T. Shipolani. I've been critical of him in the first 50 minutes just with his delivery. Obviously T. Shipolani, the areas he gets into, but that was a lovely ball in there, and you fancied Deleuze coming in. Like you said, he's so good in the air for his size. He almost goes under the radar, and they don't really notice him, and then he comes in and attacks the ball so well.
Bernstein, as we showed you at halftime, remember that NASL Team of the Week, played it back a moment ago. Here's Steele. Steele right off the head of Marcelin. He's hit hard and he'll go down. Another player down is, looks like Fondy, also on the ground.
Yeah, Marcelin took that straight in the face there. Good play. You see Johnny Steele, he's coming over and seeing him. Obviously, he got Fondy down over on the other side, just got caught, but Johnny Steele comes over to Marcelin there. He took that straight in the face. That ball was meant to go on an angle 40, 50 yards. Do you see here, he opens up there. Marcelin a good spot, and look, that just hits him straight in the face. That's a tough one.
Sam, in your 15-year plus career, did you ever take one like that?
I took a few like that, Dean.
Yeah.
Probably why I get names wrong at times, and things like that. But no, I did. And the only good thing is that, which sounds really crazy, but talking from someone who's had those sort of hits, is it comes so quick that you kind of don't notice, and then it's afterwards, they're the ones actually that don't hurt because you're not really expecting it, But your only hope for him, obviously, big time, is the concussion and everything, because it's so, it's so big and it's such a concern in the game. But again, he's holding the top there, so you might think maybe it's his jaw. It could knock it. Sometimes it can knock your jaw out a little bit. But yeah, taking a few of them.
He looks to be okay, though, Sam, as he comes over and has a conversation with Colin Clark, and he'll get back on to the pitch. Johnny Steele with a sportsmanship, fair play.
Yeah. He didn't mean to do that. There's nothing in that. It's just in the wrong place at the wrong time with that ball being delivered. But
they'll go out of bounds and come back to Miami FC. They laid it 2-1.
What you notice here, and I think this is probably something that Coach Colin and the staff said at half-time. For me, I think that the Railhawks dropped a little bit too much because of their formation, but it's hard. You see, you've got to communicate. Now they're making Miami go longer, and if they go longer, then they can maybe win the second balls just like that. You know, that's well played there from Miami, to be honest with you, to get out of it. But Railhawks are trying to put the pressure on and squeeze them up top.
Great touch from Fondi over to Deleuze, looking for Shipolani. Stepping forward was Farfan, but taken back by the Railhawks. Marcelin with Omar Bravo showing. Bravo over to Deleuze. Now Marcelin again, back to Moses.
Railhawks just need to be patient. They're getting into these areas here, and in the first half they were crossing for deliveries with only Fondi and Bravo. Again, like that, Moses doesn't need to cross that ball. There's only Bravo and Fondi in the box against 5 Miami players. For me, they just got to be a little bit more patient and just keep the ball moving. Just keep it, you know, put it into Bravo, make Miami move. They're happy to be banked in at the minute when the Railhawks have the ball in the Miami's defensive third.
Steele showing some strength, able to hold off Shipolani a moment ago. Now the Railhawks with Deleuze. Fondi on the right side, he can get to it. First times it. He's hoping to find Deleuze, and there's Ryan doing the work defensively as well.
Yeah, excellent. Just great quality and great composure. And this is what you see, this is where you need, you know, that's great play from the centre forward, just holds it up, allows players to get up.
Diagonal ball from Ryan, looking for Chavez. He scored the first goal for Miami FC. Poku with what would be the game winner as the score stands now 2-1.
As we talk about the press, Dean, you could just see that, but T. Shipolani's got to recognise that, because it's great quality there from the Miami goalkeeper to get out of it, but T. Shipolani's got to recognise that. He's got to speak to Drew Becky.
Ryan on a dime to Barajo, and Barajo able to just nick it off of Moses, throw in far side Miami FC. Ryan, so clean.
So clean, Dean. I was just watching him beforehand, and now I even watched him in the warm-up, you know. It's just got, look at it, everything's just pinged. I love it. I love the way that he strikes the ball.
Farfan taking that ball from Ryan. Campos just trying to get it off the bottom of his foot and find Chavez.
Oh, it was nearly a wonderful touch, that, Dean. As it came in, it was nearly a wonderful touch.
Shriver here now. Just joining us, the Carolina Railhawks midfield of Matt Watson and Nasbi Abadawi on the bench. Chavez with the right foot back across. What does that mean for the Railhawks with no Abadawi and Watson?
I just think you lose your engine room and your creativity, and that's nothing against the rest of the Railhawk lads out there. But those two have been so prominent in the success of the Railhawks. And when Railhawks play well, 9 times out of 10, Matty Watson's full drive playing well, and Naz Abadawi's playing well with his creative, you know, his ability to beat people. You know, if you look at Naz Abadawi, he's got 6 assists. You know, he's created 27 chances. That's 6 more than anybody else in the NASL on his own.
Dangerous opportunity here is Fondi using his body, giving space for Shipolani. He turns, still loose. Shriver comes in. And the whistle, though, is it looked like Shipolani perhaps got his hand on the ball, laying on the ground. And it'll come back to Miami FC.
Yeah, just going back to what we were saying about Matt Watson and Naz Abadawi here. You see the replay here, T. Shipolani's just trying to get that on his left foot, and then they get caught up with each other. And the centre back there, Bernstein's just strong. But, you know, what you don't realise about Naz Abadawi is he's won 55 duels, which means his battles in there. He's won 55, and that's the second most in the team behind Matty Watson, who's got 67. So you see that in the middle of the field. Those two, that's your driving force. And that's been taken out.
Great stats coming from the NASL. I want to thank Neil Malone and the job the NASL does as well. Here's Becky.
Sorry, Dean, I just think for me, right, I've been watching this game now for 56 minutes. For Railhawks to get some success in this game, they've got to switch the ball, and they've got to switch the ball quick. Because Miami's shape is very, very good. He just runs through this ball here, Trafford, and just gets caught. But that's your centre-back driving out with the ball, you know. He's looking to go forward, and he's positive. But going back to what I was saying, with a diamond in midfield with Miami, the space is down the sides, but Railhawks are they're not switching it quick enough, and they're not getting those overlaps. The last few games, they've been so successful because Drew Becky, he's been getting forward and he's been delivering balls and he's been overlapping and causing a lot of problems. Obviously, Moses is a little bit different because he's a right foot playing on the left-hand side. But that's what the system, that's what Miami's system does to you. They make you come narrow, they make you come into areas that you don't want to, and it takes you out your game plan.
The wisdom of Sam Stockley, former defender, 13 years in England. Came over to New York, ended up with the Carolina Railhawks as a player. A foul now as Moses goes down, 58th minute. Now the Railhawks can try to get some numbers forward here. Look at Bravo checking all the way back. To lose, quick touch to Marcelin. Marcelin around Steele, but then takes down Ryan, and now Marcelin will get a yellow card. And LaHood felt like it should be more than that even.
Yeah, he's not happy, LaHood. I think he's just overrun it, Marcelin, and I think LaHood thinks he's maybe gone over the top. What I mean by that, he's gone over the top of the ball and caught the player on Ryan there. You just see here, it's just touch it, overruns him, and there's nothing wrong with that. He does catch him, but his studs aren't showing. It's not like he's lifted and he's straight-legged, and obviously it's not nice for Matt Ryan, who's coming into that ball with Marcelin, then coming full speed for him. But, you know, he's got up quick, Matt Ryan. But again, it's, you know, the speed of play, it comes into Marcelin for there, and he's just got to switch it quicker. That's why Omar Bravo's dropping so deep, because he's not getting on the ball. He's not getting anything there, so he's having to pull so deep.
Vega, high pressure from Fondi. So with the left foot, Vega. Too strong for Barajo. Throw in for the Carolina Railhawks, putting some pressure on that back line.
Yeah, and I was watching Vega, you know, his deliveries before that, I think that's the first one he's put out of play, but he could see the quick transition.
Poku, flag is down. Chavez, Silvestre. Chavez, and Becky comes back. Silvestre at least made him commit to one side.
He was offside for me, Dean. He was offside. I watched the build-up, I watched the play. You can see Drew Becky, and for me, I think Brian does well here. You just see this ball here. Poku gets a touch here. He's run off the back. For me, it's a different, I can't see it from the camera, but he was definitely offside, and Brian does well there. He comes out. I thought he got caught a little bit in no man's land, and there's Drew Becky with excellent defending there from Chavez. Otherwise, that's an instant, that's a goal there. But again, you know, they're just falling asleep. It's a high line. One of the players gets turned, and you've got the two centre forwards. You know, normally most teams play with one, but with these two centre forwards, one's looking to go in behind all the time.
Here's Richie Ryan with that left foot. Farfan. Fondi had a touch on him. But now Poku with that athleticism, power, and control. The complete package.
I think so. I think so. I think his, you know, for his age and where he's at, I think he's as good as midfielder that you're going to see, especially in the NASL. You know, I know that, you know, we spoke about Ryan here, who's got his range and delivery, but, you know, Poku just offers something so different. He's so strong and so good on the, and clean on the dribble.
'61st minute, throw in for Drew Becky.
You know, look at it here. You haven't seen Brian Shriver's hardly got the ball here. He's hardly touched it down that left-hand side, and at the minute, a lot of it's kind of getting plugged and pushed in through the middle. And so far, Miami, that's where all the numbers are. They've been excellent, you know, defensively.
Cipollani, good ball in there, Shriver, and how about the Carolina Railhawks tied at 2?
Typical that, Dean. That's exactly what I was saying. Brian Shriver's not been on the ball, and there he is, comes in with a brilliant header. You know, and it almost seems like both teams sort of have these lulls and go to sleep, but here, Cipollani delivers a fantastic ball. It's what I've been saying about they needed it from him, should I say, and that's a wonderful header there from Brian Shriver. Great delivery. You know, Brian Shriver's not known for his heading. He's on the penalty spot there, and he just gets above Barajo and guides that into the far post, but credit to Cipollani, finally delivers that ball in the box, and there you see Brian Shriver, who hadn't been in the game, pops up, and that's why it's quality.
Sam Stockley says, get it to Brian Shriver. Cipollani hears him from the perch, and it's now tied at 2. Both these teams showing well here on CBS Sports Network.
Yeah, brilliant. You know, really, really good. it's just funny how he's talking about Brian Shriver and there he steps up, but that's why you need him in the game, because he's a goal scorer.
Richie Ryan, outstanding tackle over to Poku. Marcelin with that yellow card up for the challenge. As Marcelin and Poku, we talked about their size early on. What a matchup.
Yeah, it's be good now. I think that they've had sort of, Poku's taken Marcelin on once, and now Marcelin's, answered back saying it's not going to happen again. So I think that whole battle there is going to develop over the next 20+ minutes.
Austin Deleuze, Shipolani wanted it from Drew Becky.
I just felt, Dean, I thought because of the system of Miami, I felt that if they got the ball wide and you got that quality, you get the quality, then there'll be goals in it, and that's exactly what happened.
Ball into space, Poku back on it. And this time Moses comes over in support. Earlier it was Marcelin covering for Moses. This time they flip-flop.
Yeah, great combination play though. You just see the ball into the left back. I think it's Farhan, drops the ball into Campos, and he's got a runner underneath him with Poku running from midfield. I think it's into Chavez, but their combination play was brilliant.
Steele. Looking far post, Mensing over there with Chavez. Becky plays it high in the air, keeps it inbounds. And now it'll go out of bounds, throw in back to Miami FC. Tied at 2, 64th minute, WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina.
Another great delivery and great defending there for me. It was a lovely ball in from Johnny Steele on his left foot, and you see Simon Mensing there at the back, getting a great little touch on a difficult ball.
Daly does well. Daly and Bravo, the two acquisitions, had a touch. Here's Steele, will crank one up. And he had a brilliant go up in Canada as part of the NASL spring season. Now he's here with Miami FC and seems to fit in well in that 4-3-3 system.
Yeah, you're used to seeing Johnny still going up and down the line, and in here he's obviously had to buy into the system, and he's fitted into that system very well. He's almost a little bit more conservative that you normally see, but that allows Poku and it allows Farhan, the left back, to get ahead. So he knows his role, but it was a great hit. Obviously, rising over the bar, but you expect Johnny still to take that on from 20-25 yards out.
Moses. Fondi gets a touch. Fondi nicked. And he'll get the whistle as it rolls out of bounds. It'll be a free kick opportunity. A card will be coming. Card issue.
Yeah, it's just Trafford there. Just again, what we spoke about, that channel, that area, that ball down the side. It was a lovely ball, great ball. Here you see there, Fondi just gets a lovely touch, and as he goes past him, Trafford just clips his heel. I don't think there was anything intentional in that, but this is another great opportunity now. I think you'll see something. This might be something off the training ground, just the way they set it up. Maybe, look, you see, telling sign is maybe telling time is Bravo here, just on his, maybe he's going to pull around into this space.
Shriver instead will drop to Deleuze as he hammers it. Triangle soccer fanatics and Oak City supporters, the fan base. The Carolina Railhawks in the back.
Yeah, you just see Brian Shriver know exactly what they're doing there. Austin Deleuze catches that clean. It's just rising. It's always a difficult ball to hit that's rolled back to you, but if anyone can, it's obviously Austin Deleuze.
More pressure on Vega. Farfan able to get a piece of it.
You can obviously see that was something that they spoke about at half-time. For me, Carolina Railhawks.
So now comes on the leading goal scorer for Miami FC. A lot of them by way of penalty kick, but it's the Argentine superstar, Dario Zvitanic. Zvitanic will come on for Alessandro Nesta. Jorge Campos will come off. And the Brazilian Adilton as well, 32-year-old from Salvador, spent some time with the Chicago Fire, and he'll also come on. So Alessandro Nesta, the Italian superstar and head coach of Miami FC, making 2 changes here.
Yeah, and it's not often you see a centre-back coming off there, but maybe obviously Nesta knows something and trying to get a bit more steel back into that back four, and a couple of chances have just come the Railhawks way, and
Trafford does have that yellow as well. Here's Shriver. Shriver back across the other way. Omar Bravo gets a piece of it and pushed from behind just a little bit.
Yeah, again, Brian Shriver there, you know, just stands it up there, and a little bit of an arm in his back there. You can see, obviously, Bravo recognizes it. He feels it and goes down. Never a penalty for me, but you know, those little angle balls are causing both teams a bit of problem at the minute. Obviously now Campo's come off, so Chavez will be the main target.
'68th minute. Moses, the left back. WakeMed Soccer Park, Cary, North Carolina. Dean Linke along with Sam Stockley. Delighted to be with you for NASL Soccer right here on CBS Sports Network. Matt Fondy has got one of the 2 goals for the Carolina Railhawks. Brian Shriver with the other one. Chavez and Poku with the 2 for Miami. It was Miami 1-0, tied 1-1. Miami FC up 2-1, and the Railhawks have answered here in the second half, tied at 2.
Game's just got a little bit open now. You can see both teams trying to press. A little bit more tempo in the game.
Good ball to Austin DeLuz, now wearing the captain's armband. Replacing Nazmi Abadawi. Look at Bravo checking all the way back. Sam Stockley told you about that. Here's Becky. Becky thought about dialing one up. Instead, he'll go right side to Shipolani. Shipolani with Gabriel Farfan does not step in on the step over, but a corner kick. Carolina.
Yeah, exactly that. He didn't step in. It's good defending from Farfan there. Obviously got T. Shipolani doing 1-2-3 step over. Just like sets him up perfect here. It's just a little drag 1-2. Tries to cut it, but fine. Doesn't have anything of it. Gets away with it a little bit there. Going to ground. Kicks it out for a corner.
T. Shipolani taking the corner kick for Colin Clark, the head coach of the Carolina Railhawks, directing traffic here at WakeMed Soccer Park. Shipolani now with the right foot, going near post, looking for Becky, still loose. No whistle, still alive. Fondy able to keep it back to Marcelin, still loose. And finally cleared out of there by Farfan.
Yeah, just a little bit chaotic in there. Much better from the Railhawks. What I like, you see here, look, you see Austin DeLuz. He's been instrumental in the turnaround for me with the Railhawks. Just the way he's gotten the ball, just kept it moving.
Omar Bravo, side of his foot. Shriver will snap another header, but right to the hands of Vega, diving to his left to keep it at 2s.
Just see Omar there, look at that, just a little outside of his foot. You can see Brian Shriver sets it up perfect, he connects well, and keeper does makes that look maybe a little bit more than he needs to with that spectacular dive there. But again, great play for me from the Railhawks. They're getting the ball in those wide positions. Once they get there, it's causing Miami a lot of problems.
Boy, that one looked like it went off of Becky. Steele doesn't like the call. Poku delivered a wonderful ball on the left side, trying to find Johnny Steele. Alessandro Nesta also up off his bench, directing traffic.
You could just see, obviously, you know, Nesta, he understands the importance of it. He's up there trying to dictate. I'm sure he'd give anything to be on there and get organised and help his team out. You can still see it the way he's so engaged with the team. He's dictating every move at the minute.
Ricardo Silva, Paulo Maldini, another legendary Italian superstar, the owners for Miami FC. Steve Malik has brought all kinds of energy as the new owner for the Carolina Railhawks here in the 10th year. Exciting times for both teams with great ownership. That is key.
Yeah, you know, and I think it's exciting times for NASL. More importantly, when you get these big names coming in, the franchises are growing, obviously, season after season, and you're seeing the quality on the field.
Shipolani, Fondy, back to Shipolani, and Vega will clean it up around the 6.
I like that. I like that play there from T. Shipolani. What I would have liked, I think he could have hit that. Think about the goal he scored early on in the season where he cuts inside and just bends that far post. the little window opened up to be able to hit that, and he went unselfish and tried to play a little bit of a longer 1-2. Here again, look, you see the difference now with the Railhawks. They're pressing. They're pressing, which is causing now it's causing Miami into mistakes. They're winning the ball back, and they're in Miami's attacking third.
Bravo has gone wide left, now wide right with Shipolani and Fondi tucking in as Bravo tries to get more of the game now on the right side. Here's Becky. Becky with that right foot, driven in. Vega will punch it. It'll fall to Deleuze. He can crank. And Vega with the save, stopping it yet again.
Brilliant ball there from Becky. Brilliant ball. See, Vega comes out, decides to punch the ball, it drops to Deleuze, and you'd fancy him. The moment he took his touch, you could see all the crowd off their feet. They thought there that that's going in. It was a great save again by the goalkeeper from Miami.
73rd minute, Miami always answering the bell, though, looking for Chavez. And once again, it's Mickey Daly wearing that number 5 jersey. Pressed into action because of the injuries to Matt Watson and Nazmi Abadawi. They had to bring James Marcelin from that back line, and here's Daly with the touch. Chavez trying to run it down. And Daly has had a handful back there.
Yeah, and they've gone to one up top with Chavez, and you just see that Zanitovic there, he's just dropping into those holes a little bit more. With Campo, they had 2 up top, so it's just a little change of a format for the Carolina Railhawks back 4, and they just got to get that organised, because Chavez is always going to look in behind. There's no question about that. He's got the pace, you see the strength there, that obviously he's competing with Daly just to knock him off to get a corner.
That'll mean Richie Ryan, who, like Poku, has been fantastic. Part of those moves from the ownership that we just told you about from Miami FC. They're finding the players they want to produce results, and you're seeing it here tonight. Ryan with the left foot, great ball, snapped right in front by the Brazilian, but too strong and over the crossbar.
Yeah, it's just that delivery again here. You see him going back into a slot there. It's just that delivery again. He gets up there, does very, very well. Excellent play.
Adailton, the Brazilian from Salvador, Brazil, as we mentioned. Last club before this one, the Chicago Fire. Sam, a brilliant crowd here at WakeMed Soccer Park. Of course, that West Ham game, 10,125. This one has got to be near 6,000, I would think. Pretty close to it, pretty solid.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. You know, I think all season, this is really, for me, the first season that I've been here for 4 years, 5 years now, where I've really seen an increase in the supporters and the community buying into it. And it's just great to see. You can see the atmosphere, you know. It's a wonderful place to come. You know, you see young kids all around, and that's just great for soccer in this area.
The Hood to Steele. Steele trapping with that left foot, and then dropping it back to Poku. Poku dancing around Marcelin. Marcelin with the card. Poku deflected by Becky. Corner kick, Miami FC.
Come on, guys, come on!
You see Poku there again, you know, just his strength. It's deceiving for me. I don't think that he's going to be that nimble and have that cut and those quick turns for such a big fella, but it's so clean and crisp, and Drew Becky did brilliant there. Defensively stayed with him.
'73rd minute. Ryan both hands in the air. Another ball with that left foot. Matt Fondi, the center forward who scored the first goal for the Railhawks, will snap it out of there.
Yeah, you could just see Ryan there looking for Adailton again, just for that ball in there. You can see he's trying to get it in that near post.
The Railhawks chant getting going. Of course, the Railhawks led in the front office by the president, general manager Kurt Johnson, who knew Colin Clark way back in the Richmond Kickers days. Those two have had a long partnership, and it looks to be paying off here now.
Yeah, you just obviously see Coach Colin standing up there, and he'll be much happier with this second half, the way that his team's come out and performed. You know, they've obviously changed it at half-time. They felt maybe they've given them too much respect, and they've pressed them high, and that's what's caused a lot of turnovers. And you know, the majority of this game, or should I say the first sort of, the second, beg your pardon, the first 20-odd minutes in the second half has been played.
Poku knew that Vitanic was offside, so he'll drop it to Steele. Steele quickly, could be 3-2 over the crossbar as Silvestri comes out hard. And Silvestri popped up, worried that perhaps he may have fouled Zvitanic, but no whistle, and boy, I thought it was 3-2 Miami FC.
Look at this ball here from Johnny Steele. It's inch perfect, and to be fair to Stanitovic there, he's just been a little bit too clever. He's just tried to lift it up over Brian Silvestri, and it's just gone up too high. But again, what a ball from Johnny Steele. Just delivers that into space and tells Stanitovic to come and finish it, really, and he just got under that.
78th minute. Wide open, end-to-end NASL action here.
I was just about to say that. The game is, you know, there's going to be more goals in here. It feels like, you know, because just both teams are out there. They're trying to obviously get forward and attack, and they're leaving it. They're leaving opportunities.
Becky to Shipolani. He's got Fondi far side, dropped it instead. Omar! Bravo! And how about the Carolina Railhawks?
Brilliant, brilliant. Another ball in the channel. Great delivery there. Just looking down at Nesta, the manager, and he can't believe it. It's just a straight ball in the channel. T. Shipolani again. You know, that's what he's so good at, and when he can get that final ball here, he just settles himself and pulls it back brilliantly. And look at that finish there from Omar Bravo. Look at it, you know, he's just very calm, pulls it back. He knows exactly where he's going, and he just strokes that into the far corner. That's a fantastic finish there from a world-class player. You can see the relief from T. Shipolani as well. You know, I was critical of him in the first half because I didn't felt that he'd felt his final ball was a little bit off, but now he's got 2 assists, so credit to him.
Omar Bravo, Chivas Guadalajara's all-time leading goal scorer, wanted a new challenge at 36 years young. Colin Clark, Kurt Johnson, the president general manager, expressed interest. He liked it, made it happen quickly, and scores a goal in his first NASL appearance as the Railhawks lead it 3-2.
And that's exactly what we spoke about pre-game. I felt that he'd get a goal. He's just got the quality, you know. Like I said, I spoke with Coach Duan Bader, the assistant, and they've been doing shooting and all those little technical and functional drills that they do at training. They just said his composure and his ability in the 18-yard box is like no one else they've seen. Everything just seems so easy, and that finish there, Dean, was exactly that. Just strokes the ball into the far post. Doesn't
Zvitanic the other way, and it could be 3-3. Flag stays down, and Miami FC, Chavez ties it at 3.
Be interested to see that. Railhawks think he's offside, but there's that, you know, that little angle ball that's been causing the Railhawks problem all game. Be interested to see where Moses is as that ball gets delivered, but that'd take nothing away from that finish here. See Stanitovic, sorry, you could just wait for the overlap, so Drew Becky has to stay, and he is onside. He is onside there. Simon Menson's keeping it on, and that's a world-class finish the other end there from Chavez. Great finish. Again, ball gets delivered, he just strokes it, doesn't snatch it, just strokes it into the net. And that's a real sucker blow there for the Railhawks, who've just gone up with Bravo.
Incredible answer by Miami FC, and you knew it was going to be there. Both these teams making huge moves over the last several weeks. And boy, if you're Bill Peterson, the commissioner of the NASL, you're sitting back smiling at the quality of play for the North American Soccer League.
Without a shadow of a doubt, you know, and that's what we spoke about before with new clubs coming in, new franchises coming in, you know, big-time coaches, big-time players are coming in here, and, you know, I just think it's excellent for the whole league.
And Becky will almost definitely get a yellow card for that as he slams down the ball. He was begging for it.
That's just frustration there from Becky. There's no need for him to do that, you know. That puts him, I can understand it, I've been there a million times myself, but that puts him in a bit of a bind now going into this last 10 minutes because now he can't make a challenge. You just see here, just a little nudge off the back of Johnny Steele. He doesn't really say anything. Nothing's been said between the two players, and he just loses a bit of frustration, but I think he felt, obviously, you know, with the goal coming so quick, that's probably just an aftermath of that, you know.
82nd minute. Boy, give Miami FC all kinds of credit. Omar Bravo electrifying this crowd, and they said, you know what, we can handle it. Ryan got involved, Zvitanic with that brilliant ball, and then Chavez with the tie, and now Shipolani not happy with the call.
No, what I will say is, you know, I'll say over the third goal for Miami, we thought that they were offside, but not at all. It was a great decision by the linesman here, and here you just see T. Shipolani here. He's just a little bit there's no free kick in that. That's just clever play from Farvan, the left back. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's under pressure. There's nothing he can do with the ball, so he just drops and takes a foul. That's just experience.
Hood, who's also been a big acquisition for Miami FC, stepping in there. Speaking of acquisitions, it was Daly, just joined the team a couple days ago on loan from the Bethlehem Steel. Speaking of Steel, here's Johnny for Miami FC with that left foot, trip from behind as Moses.
Tell you what, Dean, that's close. Do you know what I think? I think because Poco doesn't make because he doesn't make much meal of it. You can see Nesta there. He's saying, have a look at the board. But because Poco doesn't, he's so honest to trying to get on the ball. That looked like he gets clipped, and that's the penalty for me.
Take another look at it when we can. Bravo and Steele.
Just see here again, lovely little ball over the top. You see Poco making a run. He has a little pull, and he does get caught there from Moses. He's just got to be careful, Moses, there, because he just had a little tug, let go, and he ran across him.
Marcelin the other way to Fondi. You cannot sleep on this one. Shriver back in. Boy, I didn't think he reacted right when Barajo fell down right there. I think he was stunned.
No, he just cut him. He just couldn't, his balance was just off. It was quite real quick little feet there from Brian Shriver. He's just tried to obviously open up on his left foot and then chop it back onto his right.
Metzing steps in. They'll play advantage. Nice work by the referee, and then Metzing comes back, and now he'll get the yellow card. Comes in hard. Yellow card to Simon Metzing.
That's good play from the referee. It was a yellow card. You know, Simon Metzing knows exactly what he's doing there. He just gets caught. Not for that. We're seeing the tackle here. The yellow card wasn't for that. It was for the ball before, where he just blocks Chavez. Chavez just gets a toe, and Metzing blocked him, but the referee played on to Poku, and then give the ball. You just see it here, look, cuts across him there, and Simon Metzing, you know, that's what every defender does. He just steps across the line there and takes the foul. So, referee's got that right.
Yellow card to Metzing. We are in the 85th minute. Marcelin with a quick touch to Austin Deleuze. Poku will take it away from Deleuze, and Marcelin will win it right back. Deleuze has Bravo on the right side. It'll go to Bravo. Hard tackle. Bravo goes down. Pops right back up.
Yeah, you see there from Bravo, you know, that's just honest. You can see him trying to G it all up there. He's saying there to the referee, it probably was a foul, but again, because he doesn't make a meal of it, nothing sort of happens. It was a little bit late. Omar Bravo there, he just allowed that come across his body, and just got to stay cool. Both teams just need to stay cool here, obviously, in this last 5 minutes. Everything's getting heated up a little bit.
Sam Stockley, we've talked a lot about Poku. What are your impressions of Omar Bravo, the newest addition for the Carolina Railhawks?
I just think you can see why they've obviously acquired.
Hang on, Sam Stockley, as Shipolani is dancing in the 18. He gets nudged, and there is Bravo. With his left foot this time, back across, Fondi! Trying to snap one.
Brilliant there, you know, and it just, you know, like I said, for me with Omar Bravo here, you just see, look, just drops that in, look at the quality left foot in there, just leaves it in an area, and you see Fondi coming on trying to attack it. But no, I've been, you know, he's everything that I thought that he would be. His work rate's excellent, he's clever, he doesn't overwork, he's not one of those players that runs here, there, and everywhere. You know, he looks for the ball, you need to give him the ball because he's got the quality to be able to do it. You've seen the finish that he has, and you just see him now drifting back into the middle. You know, he's one of those players for me that Fondi's going to be better for all the play. He makes players around him better, and that's what's so good about top players.
Johnny Orlando, the 28-year-old rookie for the Carolina Railhawks, will check in for T. Shipolani. Johnny Orlando, as a youth player, played with Michael Bradley. Played 1 year of college, kind of fell off the rails and really got himself into trouble. Lost the love of the game. A couple years ago, he got it back, made the call to Dewan Bader, tried out for the Railhawks, and now he's on the field here. Zavithanich, what a ball to Poku. Poku in with Moses. A little bit of shove, they'll let it play. Goal kick back to Carolina.
Got to be careful again, you know, you see his strength. Great covering there from Moses. You can see him coming right across from his left back roll just to cover that one from Poku, but I still think that there's there's people who are going down in the box. I still think there's going to be another chance, or there might be one sort of big call maybe from the referee.
Fondi looking for Johnny Orlando, wearing number 20, fresh off the bench for Colin Clark and the Carolina Railhawks. 88th minute. Rhett Bernstein, the bearded one for Miami FC, as the Carolina Railhawks get set for the throw-in. Alessandro Nesta not done, as he'll look to bring on Blake Smith, a player that he played with at Montreal in Major League Soccer. And it'll be Smith coming on for Johnny Steele, who I felt put in a solid shift for Miami FC.
Yeah, he done excellent. Very good performance there from Johnny Steele. He delivered some really good balls. One into Sanicevic there, just flicked over the bar. You know, he's putting a real good show.
Here's Johnny Orlando, bringing that spark off the bench. It's Smith, also off the bench. Good defending from number 23, the veteran.
Yeah, Johnny Orlando there, just, you know, obviously on the ball, trying to drive, trying to make something happen. Just as he walked past Bravo, Bravo just said, hey, get your head up, have a look. You know, you're going at that speed, maybe cut it back into me. And again, that's what Bravo brings to the group. He's just clever, you know, he's in right spots.
Here is Bravo, able to keep the ball. Almost went out of bounds, though. He looked up for just a second, the ball got away. And there's Ryan cleaning it up. Vitanic had it for a moment. Taken away as Deleuze been very vocal since coming off the bench.
Yeah, he's had a big part of it for me. He's a big reason in the second half why it's been so good for the Railhawks.
Johnny Orlando wide open on the right side. A lot of great jerseys inside the 18. Orlando, heavy touch. Too heavy, out of bounds.
Just see there, you got Moses, you got Bravo, you got Shriver, you got Marcelin, you got Fondi. That's where Johnny Orlando needs to understand the game and doesn't need to beat a player there. As much as I like what he tries to bring in the last sort of 5 minutes of the game, he just needs to deliver that ball back post, because that's where the strength was.
The Railhawks crowd is loud and proud here with the score tied at 3. Poku trying to be a one-man wrecking ball as he was looking to go right through Daly and Mensing. Poku comes in hard. Speaking of wrecking ball.
He knows. He knows. He's just ran there. Great defending from Mensing, and I think it was Marcelin back there, and then you just see Poku coming all the way back round and just thought, I'm going to take the foul here.
Marcelin.
3 minutes of added time in the second half. 3 minutes.
Hard tackle coming in there once again. Dalton now right side. Adailton rather.
There's a great tackle there from Adailton, to be honest with you. Stepped in.
Brilliant work right now from the visitors from Miami FC. Ryan dropping it back, but the flag is up. Jaime Chavez, who's got 2 of the 3 for Miami FC, is offside.
Yeah, he's just got to look along the line there, Chavez. He knows that Ryan's got the quality to be able to do it. He's just got to stay on side there, because Ryan's going to drop that ball right on him.
Orlando with Becky. He'll give it to Omar Bravo. Bravo drops it back to Deleuze. The crowd was looking for Bravo to light one up.
Look at Bravo's there. Look at that. Look at him trying to get back in, understands that Deleuze was forward.
Vitanic, another brilliant ball. Smith and Mensing timed it perfectly.
Brilliant tackle.
3 minutes of added time. The Railhawks press on. Deleuze with Becky on the overlapping run. Marcelin will join in. Was casual for a moment as Jaime Chavez came all the way back. Back to Becky. Becky with the left foot looking far post, and Vega, he had a beat on it.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Vega. I know he's had 3 goals put past him, but they've been 3 quality goals. But his distribution from the back with his feet's been excellent. He's made some big saves when he needed to. You know, that's great there. Last minute of the game, you see him coming and catching the ball. Takes so much pressure off you as a defender.
Hey, where's his ball? Austin, James! Come on! James! Austin!
Zvitinic. Back to Bernstein. Bernstein with his left foot. 25 seconds or thereabouts remaining in this one. Ryan comes over. Clark thought about throwing it in himself. Coach Colin Clark. Marcelin to Deleuze. What a game we've had here on the CBS Sports Network. NASL soccer featured from Wakemed Soccer Park in Cary, and this could be the final seconds, your final score. The Carolina Railhawks 3 and Miami FC 3. We'll take a quick break as Colin Clark with a handshake with Alessandro Nesta, 2 former great players, now getting it done as coaches. 6 goals in this